We are actually on live right now. Okay. And then let's go on live here too. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. So tonight we're actually going to do, wow, deep trance channeling with David Watson.
That's me.
Exactly, that's him. So this is an interesting night. First time I'm also doing something different. So while we're on Facebook Live right now, I'm also having my website. If someone be nice to check my website and see if this is going on my website too. There's a little box on the seventh happiness.com, and then there's a live stream going on there. Right? It looks like it's going on this side. Anyways, so let's talk about what life trance channeling is about. Dave.
Well, what live trance channeling?
Yeah.
Well, live trance channeling is something that people have done for centuries. I've described it many different times in the past, and basically what it is enabling us to take our higher self, our higher consciousness, and connect with the universal consciousness. That's pretty much it. Some people call it the connecting with the Akashic records, which are all the memories of all of the events of all the people that are held in and around the earth energy. But channeling, in effect, is just being able to put your conscious mind to one side. And when you put the conscious mind to one side, you immediately step into a place where you're connected to the higher energy. Much like when you're doing Qigong. When you stop thinking about you and start allowing the Qi to flow in, it then begins to work through your body. The same with channeling. You put your conscious mind to one side, you bring the energy of super conscious of all that is. We step into that and we just allow it to come through us and animate us so that we can provide hopefully useful information to people here in the third dimension. So
isn't that amazing?
It's an interesting process, that's for sure.
So how many years have you?
Over 30 years I've been doing this.
Oh, 30 years.
I have other friends who are trance channelers as well. And in fact, I say to everybody out there, each one of you is a trance channel. You're channeling yourself in every given moment. You're bringing yourself into consciousness in every given moment. So that's channeling as well.
I really admire you going to sleep. It's very interesting. You actually go to sleep.
Well, not like when I go to sleep.
Yeah, well, he's not snoring at the time. But anyway, so he's just really enjoying the sleep, and then he let the information come in. And for me, it's it's talking to a friend, a good friend.
Well, when it's a part of who I am.
That knows me.
It is well good channeled.
Yeah.
We have the access to universal knowledge and universal consciousness, but at the same time, it comes through us, so it has the flavor of the individual. So, it depends on what the person is channeling, what his personality like, or her personality is like.
Exactly. So Dave, I've known him 15, 17 years.
I think 15.
Yeah. So when he first come to the Qigong, to understand the Qigong for friends, and then I actually get involved later on with the channeling, and then it's since changed my life because this is the part I haven't had a chance to experience, right? So, and then in Chinese culture, we scare of these things. Well, that's how we train to be scared of these things. So, and then when I do things with Dave, and
I like to use the word caution.
I know, they just don't really like it at all. So most people just really don't understand. I don't understand, and I have never really understand. Wow, it's really so spiritual, and also I would say the energy is so beautiful, so pure, so enlightening. Um, I don't see anything wrong with doing this. I just find that every time if I have a reading or a group reading with the students together, so when we finish, every one of us is a better person, right? So because
well,
I always say it's a good teacher that you brought over.
The kind of channeling I do is I do channeling to help people in their life paths, in their spirituality quests, in relationships, in their careers. People can ask me about past lives, all kinds of things like that. Things that are going to help people move ahead in their lives and claim their own power for themselves. They live from the inside out, and they begin to take their own power back of themselves. Because so many of us give other people power and try and live our lives the way everybody else wants us to, rather than the way we'd like to. So it's good to be able to get that back in and then be able to share that kind of thing through the channeling process. The willows, which is what the channeling source that I use, call themselves, is the collective consciousness. And that's what it describes as soul group. And they're connected to the higher energy, the higher elements of creation, as we all are actually. So it's just a focused way of being able to connect with energies. So.
Well, I'm trying to be the one monitoring the two things going on. One goes actually go on Facebook, and one is actually going to my website. Well, let's see. I'm doing my as a Qigong master, learning how to do a little programming. Let's see how it works, right?
Sure.
Anyway, so we tonight I asked Dave to come here to actually help me with my book. Right? I'm writing a book, Unlocking Your Happiness Within. It's about using the heart Qigong and the Qigong to deal with our emotions that come up in our life and just wish to help people's life a bit easier. So this is beautiful.
So what would you like me to do?
I was thinking if Dave goes on Trance, then we can ask the willows to help me to work on a foreword for my book, right? So usually people have some people write the foreword, and then for me, to write the foreword would be great. I think that's amazing because as I've done these channeling work for so many years, and I see the people around my life, they're very open to these things now. So we have Abraham Hicks, we have advocacy followers and so forth, and then my students really open to these things. Actually, we're not scared of these things anymore. People are actually very open to channeling, and many people are channeling the same as Akashic record. There's so many things. So I just wanted to help myself and help you to do the things what I do and let you know what I do too. And then see the world open more to become more intuitive in yourself, connecting with the all the source energy coming in, right? So, hey, thank you.
So
we can go on a trance.
I'm going to go to trance.
Okay.
I'm going to take my glasses off and go to sleep for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And see where that takes us. Okay.
Thank you.
So there we are.
Thank you.
Yes, we are here now. How may we be of service at this time?
So can you please balance, Dave?
Yes, one moment. Yes, this is in effect with the agreement of the entity, David. And we welcome you here with your questions. You may now proceed as you wish.
Thank you. So, how many entities do we have tonight?
Over 300,000 at this time.
Thank you.
In this connection.
So as I said, I'm writing this book on unlocking your happiness within, and I am looking for how to have a foreword for the book. And I was wondering if the willows can help me with the forward. And
Well,
I'll give some information how to the forward can be done.
well,
Yeah.
the truth is here is
Mm-hmm.
the book is directed towards teaching individuals how to bring the chi into the body. When the chi comes into the body, it begins to shift the actual physicality of the body. For those who practice qigong, just the very act of bringing the chi into the body and bringing the various ends of the body gives a great sense of vitality, a great sense of energy. The same chi that comes through the body is the chi of total creation, of course, that being that of original energy. So as that comes into the body, which is a creation of that larger energy, comes back into touch with it. This brings a sense of joy through the body. It's a feeling of going home, returning back to original source, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
So many people who practice Qigong find that they go to do a session, whether it be for health, whether it be for recreation, whether it be to heal a certain part of their body, or whether they want to use it to help heal others. The truth is whatever they're using the Qi for, the Qi automatically sparks within them this great sense of joy, this great sense of fulfillment that comes from connecting with this original energy. So as a result of this, unlocking happiness within is what Qi does. It's like a key. Uh, this is another way to pronounce Qi, by the way, is key.
Yes.
So whether it's the key to Qi, or the key of Qi, yes, it makes no difference. It is that which opens inside, which is in alignment and in simpatico with that of original creative energy. Imagine, as you will, all coming from a singular source and differentiating itself as it becomes manifesting into the physical world. And manifesting through the physical world, it creates matter, and matter creates life. And life automatically begins to reflect the original energy that it comes from. So this is where the cycle comes up. So the consciousness that you are experiencing, the feelings that you have, once you begin to practice Qigong, once you use the techniques that are contained within this book that Master Teresa has written, you will begin to feel automatically more joy in your life. It's not like you didn't have it before. It's not like you've been searching for it all your life, although some people would admit to it, trying to find the happiness outside of themselves rather than inside themselves. But the truth is that by practicing these things, bringing that sense of joy within, it brings a sense of security. It brings a sense of base. In other words, creating a foundation in life. And it brings a sense here of love and beauty into life. And as a result, it helps transform individuals to help them have a spiritual experience in the moments they're also healing themselves or healing others or raising consciousness in this way. It's a very practical way to spend life. It does not mean that you would try to do this for all of your time. It simply means that as you practice it and bring it into your life, you can apply it in all areas of your life, whether it be in your home environment or your professional environment or your recreational environment. It makes no difference. It is a matter here of bringing that joy and happiness in all that you do and relieving and releasing stress. Once the stress is relieved, the anxiety of worry and fear about what is to happen next evaporates. And you're left in a sense of peaceful, joyful happiness. So this is what's expected from this particular practice of Qigong. And it is much more specifically drawn throughout the nature of the book and the way it's constructed this way. So this is the kind of things we suggest that you perhaps would like to have in the forward to encourage individuals to know that what they're doing is healing themselves and at the same time raising consciousness and at the same time finding happiness and joy within. For all is coming from within. It requires the desire to practice Qigong, it requires a desire to do these things. And once you do them, then you are benefiting from it, simply by being alive and practicing. That's what we would have to say about that.
Thank you so much. I remember at the beginning of the year, this year, you also talk about the healers in 2017.
Yes.
So they are working on more loving themselves, right?
Well, this is the point, and this is how the transformation is coming from within so many healers, whether they're in the discipline of Qigong or one of the many other honorable disciplines to be in, that allows individual to use energy to help raise consciousness and heal others. It is that state that brings joy, and it creates the opportunity to have what is known as quite simply self-love, caring for oneself, loving oneself, treating oneself as if oneself is your own best friend. When you treat your inner self in that way, there is no way you can go without. Because let's face it, you know how to help others. So now you have the opportunity to help yourself just with basic realization. So practice it, and to bring that into consciousness as well, particularly for those who are healers. Mm-hmm. Because healers feel that they're separated from the source energy sometimes, and feel that they have to use all their energy to do the healing, which can be a very exhausting process. So it's a matter of tying into the greater energy of Qi, which is what you have to offer many people. Tie into infinite source, or infinite energy to use in the healing process.
So do you have a message for people, in the business world? I mean, in like building their own business or all kinds of corporations and that. So
to treat other people the way you would like to be treated. Mm-hmm. That is the secret to any business. Remember, business is all based upon service. Service that is offered to others, whether it's an item like an ice cream cone, or a service like dry cleaning, or a service like banking. The magic part of all of this is recalling that it is people-oriented. And the moment you forget the people is the moment your business loses its heart. So for business with heart, keep your customers first. Keep the people who come support you as number one, and then you treat them with that respect and that love and that honor. You will never want for the growth and development of your business in the long run.
Oh, okay, thank you, Barry. She's saying about self-awareness, self-acceptance, self-love, and the key to the kingdom. Yes, thank you, Barry.
That's correct.
Yes.
That is very correct. Mm-hmm. But the key lies within. And the kingdom is the kingdom of the heart and soul and the mind. It's important to remember that you live 99% of your life between your ears. The other 1% you live out of the world around you.
Yeah.
You see, so from that perspective, it's a very important thing to keep in mind. And knowing that, just Barry said, these are the keys to understanding the truth of life.
So true. So this is like a special evening. So can we help the people there to maybe also understand about what we can do for the Mother Earth? So we talk about cooling the earth, the meditation before.
Yes.
So how's the earth doing?
The most important thing about the earth is, well, as you say, the earth is in a state of heating up because of the tremendous amount of cosmic and solar energies bombarding every day. So it heats the earth up and it creates a situation where there's more plasma around the outside of the earth. And as a result of this, the earth, or magma, correction, magma. And the magma is that which you see coming up through volcanoes. That's why volcanoes are lighting up all over the globe again, because the amount of magma is increasing with the amount of heat energy and the high frequency energy that is passing through the earth, creating these layers to liquefy. Cooling it down is good by breathing in through the mouth when you're meditating and breathing out. And as you breathe out, imagine not only coming out of your mouth, but coming down through your body, through the balls of your feet, and going right into the earth, cooling the earth itself. This is a wonderful way to try and help cool the earth. No one thinks about cooling the earth down. Mm-hmm. So this is a good thing to do, to practice individually or collectively if you have a group. Spend a few minutes cooling the earth down. In your own moments, you can cool the earth down as well. But remember here, the earth is what is called the Great Mother, or the great, sometimes even the Great Grandmother. But the earth is the base of all life. All life springs from the earth on this planet that you live. So often you are used to taking. And just like your own children who keep taking from you, and they don't give any consideration to you, and they don't really appreciate as much as they could until they get older.
Yes.
What it is. It is the same with you as individuals. Realize there is only so much you can take from the earth. There's only so much metal you can dig out of it, so much oil you can suck out of it. There's only so much food that you can grow on it. There's only so much that you can do to the planet until it needs to be put back in again, until it needs to be rebooted, so to speak. And that comes directly from your own hearts. In your meditation, feel the love that Mother Earth had to create you, and then send the love back. The same as you love your own mother or your grandmother or the important people in your life. The earth needs that love too, because it too is a consciousness, a larger consciousness, a singularity that gives life without thought. It does not even think twice about providing life and support. Mm-hmm. It just does it. So if the earth is that benevolent to you, spend a few moments every day to send loving energy from the heart back into the earth again. It will do you great good, and it will do the earth good as well. It will help her settle down, and it will help her be more stable, even in the great climate change that are occurring right now. I don't think that by loving the earth it's going to change anything. But we only have one thing to say. How do you know? Have you ever tried it? It's a good question. Mm-hmm. So try it, and you'll feel good just doing it. And once you feel good doing it, and you begin to notice things are shifting and changing around you in your immediate environment, then it spreads out into the world from that point. That's what the love process is about. So put it out into you. Put it out into all the things that you do. Love the people around you. Love the circumstances. Take the best that you hold within yourself and share it without question. The world around you. When you give something away, it can never be stolen or taken. And it can always be replenished because it's coming from source. So taking that attitude, putting that into life, gives you a much greater opportunity to practice a benevolent and loving existence. And to bring that onto the earth, to help bring all together on the earth. For sometimes you all forget. Yes. You were all of the earth. Yes. No matter what your color, what your creed, what your belief. Yes. You are all of the earth. You are all like little spacemen on a giant spaceship. And you're hurtling through the universe at hundreds of thousands of miles a minute. And spiraling behind a giant burning globe of fire. That's called the sun. It drags you along behind as it moves through the universe. So keep in mind this. It is a tenacious life that you hold here. But when you hold together with other people and appreciate it collectively, then the earth becomes a place to live, and a place to share, and a place to grow, and a place to practice true creation. For as you are products of the great creation, so too you have the opportunity and the honor to practice that creation here and now in all that you do. And whether that means whipping up an omelet for breakfast or inventing a new electromagnetic learning to, shall we say, uh, show children how to love themselves. Whatever it is you do, you'll have success with it when you apply it as well. If you so choose, of course, for it's all about choice.
Okay, thank you. So, Valerie has a question, so let's answer that question before we release. How does one heal ancestral energy?
Ancestral energy?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Ancestral energy is what would be referred to as the generational energy, coming from generation to generation to generation. A certain behavior or belief system comes and is taught from father to son and mother to daughter, and it comes down. That's what you're talking about. It's not a matter of healing it. It's a matter of saying the buck stops here. It's a matter of becoming aware of it. When you are aware of the behavior pattern that you do not like, and it might be something your mother did, and you, as an adult, you suddenly find yourself with that behavior pattern, and you can say, you know what, that is dysfunctional, and it is going to stop right now with me, right here, and then we take the effort and the energy, begin to love yourself. All of these conditions are always solved by applying love into what you need to do. Love is the only answer to the question.
Yes.
And when that love is placed into the thought about some ancestral thought, you send the love first of all to yourself to heal what you're experiencing. And you ask for forgiveness from yourself and say, I'm sorry I'm doing this. Thank you for making me aware of it. And please forgive me for releasing or for behaving in this way. And then thank yourself for the release that you get. So once you release it from yourself, you can then send it back. And you can think about this as if it was a long road heading back into ancient times. And send love along that road back to all of the people who were harmed and all of the people who were hurt by that original thought or ancestral behavior. Yes. So you not only heal yourself, in the moment you heal yourself, you heal the entire line. Because you stop the energy, you transform the energy, and you step into a new paradigm. Exactly.
So whatever you send out with the good thoughts, it goes, and then there's only our own thoughts that we are, if we believe that it works, right?
Indeed,
yes. Exactly. So it's a matter of trusting the chi and let the chi go.
And it's a matter of trusting yourself too.
Exactly. So that chi Gong helps us to trust ourselves. So. As we see the energy really moving in the chi practice, it reinforces our belief system. That's how I do things. I do things that I trust because the chi show me it works. So okay. So we will release the rules for this evening. Thank you, and then we'll find more time to talk with Dave again.
Well, we thank you, and we thank you, each of you, for listening and spending time with us and considering our words. We trust they will be of benefit to you if you so choose in times to come. Sending great blessings to you all. Stay on the path of the masters and hold great chi strongly in your heart.
Thank you.
We release the form.
Thank you. Okay, Dave, so welcome back.
Oh, hi.
So it was, well, he does sleep more than other people. So he's always a good friend. Well, we had a great reading about how to love ourselves.
Okay.
We also talked about about how the chi relating to the fertilization, how it even help the Mother Earth too. So we talk about sending love to the Mother Earth too. So you can listen it back.
I'll listen to it on Facebook a little later.
Yeah. So what we do now is we always close the evenings to remind ourselves to take care of the Mother Earth. So what I do now is, I just adjust the camera just to myself. Oh, but David's on the other one on the one on the website, which is fine. No, it's all good anyway. So thank you for being here. Thank you. Okay, just do the Mother Earth meditation. So it's quiet for a moment. Remember, you can do it anytime. Just give love, really. So you can have the mouth, make a little hole in the mouth, and then let the energy come in and out of the mouth, and then blow out like this. So it cool you down too. Yeah. You can also curl the tongue, right? So you curl the tongue, help the body through the tongue. So you make a little hole, and let the energy go in and out. It's about cooling yourself. So when you do it, you feel good. So I also find sometimes I like to have the air come out of my nose. It also feels good. So you can try whatever ways, right? So you feel you are cooling down too. So so after a few times, you feel you have a relief, right? And then you can continue to do, and then when you visualize the energy come to you, so as it cool down you, then you just feel it can pass down your body. So as it passing down the body, you can go to your feet, down to all the way to the feet. And then you can actually send love and a cooling energy to Mother Earth at the same time. And you can visualize it going deep, deep, deep down to the core of the earth. And then give love and smile to yourself when you're doing it. So whenever I do it, I also feel good. And please teach this to the people around you and ask them to do it. And it's just really beautiful to return some love to our mother. Right? So we continue. We continue for a few more minutes here. And then please continue to do it on your own. Right? Thank you. Send off. See deep into the earth. But the energy is like a steam, really cooling. You can even feel it's like so cool that it feel uh, like ice, right? You know, like a volcano, the earth is so hot. Send some cooling energy to the earth and cool off that heat in your mind. So when you send the energy, really remember, it's like you can say something nice to the Mother Earth. You can say thank you. You know, whatever way you like to show your love is beautiful. Okay. So thanks for being with me this evening. So we will stop the broadcast now, and then we will maybe invite Dave another time. So Dave will have actually a live reading at the open house in Toronto. That is May 13th. It's a Saturday. So I'm gonna try to broadcast it at the time too. So which the website thing's working, so we can broadcast on the website too.
Okay.
Yeah, just give love, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, share, give love, and then so David Watson's website it's askthewillows.com, askthewillows with an s.com, and then and he's open for private readings. It's really interesting how this journey I'm thought about doing
in person,
live
by
broadcasting.
Skype,
Thank you.
and by telephone.
So thank you very. Okay, so thank you. So we stop here.